Elle Living, and I am at the York Manor today again, and what we're gonna make for you is a basil walnut pesto. So what we have here for our pesto are all of the ingredients. We have fresh Parmesan cheese, we have our microplane grater, walnuts, kosher salt, fresh basil, organic garlic, chili flakes, and our olive oil. And then that's just a little jar so that we can put it in later. What we're gonna do is we're gonna grate our cheese because we need about half of a cup. And these microplane graters are great because they actually, they do a very fine grate on the cheese. And oh my God, they're so useful for so many things. You use the same kind of grater to zest citrus when you're making other recipes. But you get a very fine grate. And you can see here, I mean, it's almost like ethereal. It's like angel hair. There's that. And then we are also going to measure out our basil. So what I do, so basil normally bruises very easily. So you wanna, you don't want bruised basil. So just cut the leaves off of the stems. And it doesn't have to be like super neat or anything. But you just wanna keep it from bruising because it really is super sensitive. Or 2 cups, you're gonna need 2 cups of basil. Okay, that is 1 cup. Okay, so we have our basil in there, and this actually needs to measure half of a cup, and I kind of eyeballed it. And I'm actually short a little bit of cheese, so you know, you can never have enough cheese. That should do it. Yeah, so this is about half a cup. I'm just gonna dump it all in here. And here's a wonderful thing about these food processors. They do all of the work for you. You just really have to put the stuff in here and it'll just whiz it all together. So we need 3 cloves of garlic, and so this is a trick, you guys, with garlic. To peel it, I know a lot of people like to buy the peeled kind because they feel like it's too much work to peel a garlic. Okay, so the recipe calls for 3 cloves. I'm using 4 small ones. You can use as much garlic as you want. That is the easiest way to peel a garlic. A garlic. Then we're also going to take our, be careful when you do this. It's the easiest way to do that. We need a teaspoon of chili flakes. And if you're not a big fan of chili, you can use less or use something else as a substitute. The chili really does make a difference here. And another thing that I do is if you want to reduce after you've used your pesto, you can actually add a little bit of acidity to kind of break up the spicy and the chili. And then we also need a half a teaspoon of kosher salt. And that all goes right in. And we need a 1/4 cup of walnuts. Because I'm just kind of measuring the walnuts straight out of the bag. Typically what I do is I'll chop them up to get more of an exact amount. I'm kind of eyeballing this. So I'm just gonna add a little extra. That's never gonna hurt anything. You're still gonna get a great outcome. Typically, most pestos have pine nuts. I've used different variations, but my favorite for pestos really are walnuts or a combination of walnuts and pine nuts. And as far as the herb is concerned, you can play with your herbs. If you wanted to use some parsley, you can do that as well. I've made a cilantro pesto, which is super yummy. And I added a little bit of ginger to that, and that was delicious. And then you can also do, some people put mint in their pesto as well. So you can just play with it and, you know, and go from there. Okay, so half a cup of olive oil. Okay, so there we go. I may actually need to use a little bit more. I'm gonna start by pulsing, just to kind of break down my ingredients. And then I'm just gonna turn it on and drizzle in the olive oil. So what I wanna do is you wanna kind of scrape the side of the bowl just to make sure that all of your ingredients are totally mixed in. But if you can see, this is kind of what you're going for. This kind of like, you don't want to super process it. You want it to be kind of mealy still. So I'm just gonna give it a couple more whirls, and just so we can incorporate all of this yumminess. And there you have it. This is what pesto, homemade pesto looks like. All of these ingredients are at Trader Joe's, so it's really simple to do. And you can use this pesto for not only to make a great pasta dinner, but you can also use it to make a pesto mayo for your sandwiches. You can make pesto dips with, like, I would use like Greek yogurt to keep it a little healthier. You could just use the straight pesto as a dip for crudité. You can boil it in your mashed potatoes. There are so many things you could do with this. If you're eating on the healthier side and you really want to add some zest to your poultry or your fish, you can grill or broil your chicken or your fish, and then you can literally doppel it with like a tablespoon or two of pesto at the end and have that with a side of quinoa. And it's like the most filling and satisfying meal. And you added nothing but natural things that are all good for you. And by the way, fun bit, basil has a lot of vitamins and antioxidants. I've actually been using it a lot lately and experimenting with it. And I even put it in a smoothie the other day. It was delicious. Sounds crazy, try it. I promise you, you'll love it. That's it. That's how you make fresh pesto. And I invite you to get creative with it. There are so many ways to use it. So go make your pesto, stay healthy, stay safe, and thanks for joining us today. Okay, so I normally, if I'm not gonna use my basil immediately, I normally keep it in mason jars just so that it stays fresh. And here's a tidbit of information, you guys. You could, in order to keep it fresh longer and to really seal in the whoops, I just dropped some, sorry about that. To seal it in and keep it from browning, because nobody wants brown pesto. So you wanna do this, so it can let out all the air bubbles. And then you're gonna cover it with olive oil. So what this does is it seals the pesto when it's refrigerated. And the olive oil is only gonna help when you're cooking it later, but this will keep your pesto fresh for a few weeks. And I don't know, this is a couple of dinners worth maybe. And this is what you do. And I already did a little chalk label, so you know what it is. And you don't mistake this for your salsa.